Hello, my name is Karen Hughes, and I'm the Domestic Violence Clinical Service Coordinator for the Life Crisis Center. And with me today is Dee Copeland, our sexual assault therapist. And today we're going to be talking about safety and June bugs. Welcome, Dee.
Good morning.
Hi. It is almost summertime.
It is almost summertime.
And the June bugs are going to be coming down and visiting or being out and about. They don't have school any longer. The high school students, the college students.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. What makes this a time that we have to worry about?
Some of the things that you just said, students have just graduated from college or graduated high school, or they're going into their senior year, and they're very excited about just celebrating. Some of them, it's some newfound freedom. And so when they head down to the beach, they might be thinking of all these great things and positive things, which is okay, but we also want them to be aware that there's still things that they have to be mindful of, that criminals don't take a break just because it's summer. So we just want to give them and their parents a little bit of information about how to have the safest summer possible.
Yeah. Is there anything specific that really makes them so vulnerable?
Well, I know I can remember when I was in high school, and of course you think you know everything. So one of the things is the age. Oh, they're young, and they may know some things, but their age, their lack of experience with other people and life in general can make them vulnerable. Also, alcohol consumption and overconsumption of alcohol, or if they're underage and consuming alcohol or other recreational drugs, those types of things can make them vulnerable. And you have people coming from all walks of life that are not from this area, from other neighboring towns and cities and states. And so all of those things combined, I think, make our young people vulnerable to any type of sexual violence or sexual trauma.
So if someone wanted to have a conversation to help them with their safety, because they think they're so invincible and nothing's going to happen to them. So how do you have that conversation?
Well, hopefully there has been an open dialogue all along between parents and their son or daughter, or between the caregiver and their child. But we know that doesn't always happen. But I think just finding the right time, or creating the right time rather, to kind of have a casual conversation about, we want you to have fun, we want you to have an enjoyable summer. These are some of the things that we're concerned about as parents, that we want to give you a heads up. We don't really want to scare you, but we want you to be informed. And again, I know how I was at that age. Sometimes it may go in one ear and out the other, but at least you can attempt to have the conversation, and again, in a casual way, and making it short and brief, because they tend to tune out after too many minutes, and just letting them know that home and you as a parent, that it's a soft place to land, so that even if something happens, or if they have questions about something, that they can always call home or contact home. Let them know that connection is always there.
So what are the red flags or the warning signs that maybe they need to know?
Okay, and like I said, you've got people coming from all walks of life. And the kids are down there to have fun. And they're not necessarily looking for danger around every corner. And we don't want them to be scared in that way, but we want them to be, I guess, informed and aware. And so one of the things that comes to mind is that if they're offered an opportunity to make some quick money, like to serve at a private party, or to go out on a boat and serve for a few friends, that may raise some red flags. A person might not want to just readily go with someone because they are offering them a couple of $100 to serve at a private party. Because unfortunately, things like human trafficking does happen around this area, and with us being in a resort area, that makes our area more vulnerable to people that would want to come and traffic our young people. And so I think, again, being aware of any type of quick money, making money opportunities. Also being aware of people that are trying to pull you away from your crowd, people that want to try to get you alone or want to, buy you drinks and implying you with alcohol or letting you know, oh, I can get this for you if you do this. Being aware that everyone's intention is not pure. So again, going back to what an adult can inform their son or daughter that, you might be thinking, oh, this person is being nice, buying me a drink, even if the drink is a Pepsi or a Sprite. Maybe they are being nice, but that also should raise a red flag, why is this person buying me a drink or so readily? They don't know me. They don't know my friends. So being aware of people that are, constantly maybe buying you drinks.
A little
Again,
extra friendly.
extra friendly, yes, extra friendly. Or people that want to do a quid pro quo. You do this for me, I can do this for you. You want to get an extra free stay down here a night. Again, well, to a college kid or high school kid, that might sound really cool, but that might come at a high price. They might expect sexual favors or things like that in exchange for getting a reduced rate of a room or getting an extra free night in a hotel room or a motel room. So being aware of things like that. There's so many, but those are the few that come to mind. And again, just being aware of people that are maybe trying to buy drinks for your friend and or maybe you notice your friend is acting differently than they normally act. You want to maybe don't leave that friend alone. So being aware not just of yourself also, but of your friends that you're with.
You mentioned drinks. Is there anything about drinks that they have to worry about?
Yes. Well, one thing we've been teaching our people this, to not leave your drink unattended. And that's because people can slip things into your drink. Even if it's a Pepsi or a Sprite, they can slip date rape drugs into a person's drink unknowingly. Or even if you think you can just leave your drink at the bar and the bartender's going to watch it. Again, that's not a smart move to make. Again, being naive and trusting that someone is going to watch over your drink, because you as a person wouldn't do that to someone else, but there are people out there that have a different moral compass than you or I. And so date rape drugs is one of those things that takes effect immediately, and it makes a person vulnerable so someone can do anything that they would like to them, rape them, assault them, pull them away from their friends. And someone under the influence of a date rape drug is powerless and helpless against an assailant. And but alcohol really is the most common date rape drug. So people usually think of Rofies and Hypnol and those, Rohypnol, those are date rape drugs, but alcohol is also the most common date rape drug because it's easily obtained. And again, even though you're supposed to be 21, we all know that underage drinking happens. And so it's very easy to obtain alcohol. And so again, sometimes people forget that. But a person can become very powerless under the power of alcohol, being blacked out or passed out.
Right. And it just even lowers inhibitions.
Yes.
So not even blacking out, just lowering the inhibitions. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. How about some safety tips?
Safety. And so again, we have a saying at the Life Crisis Center, safety in numbers. And if you go with a group, try to stay with your group. Now I know to a teenager or college age, that might sound not fun. It might sound boring. But as much as you can, stay with your group, even if it's just you and a girlfriend or a guy friend. Not separating. Or if you are going to separate from the group, let someone know, hey, I'm leaving, point A and I'm going to point B. Again, it's not so much, oh, you're trying to keep tabs of me, but if something happens, people can know, oh, I know she left with ABC person and they were going to XYZ place. And so again, it's being accountable, but yet so someone can be aware of where you're going. And if you are going to drink, maybe have a friend that's going to be the designated non-drinker or the designated driver or the one that's going to round everyone up and, be with them and take them back to the hotel room or wherever, so that there's someone that's not drinking in the group. And I think being aware of your surroundings. Again, during the summertime, you might meet a new guy, a new girl, but being aware that you don't really know that person. And so being aware of where you're going. Again, we don't want to like put a damper on anyone's fun, but if you just meet someone and you want to go out with them, well, maybe go in a public place. Have it where you meet them there. Maybe you don't know them well enough to get into a car alone, but meet them somewhere. Or again, let your friends know, hey, I met ABC person and we're going to go hang out at this cafe and this is where I'm going. You know, be in a public place, being aware of your surroundings as much as possible.
Yeah. So how could someone help a person that may have maybe started to get themselves in trouble or faced with some of the things we've been talking about? How can someone help them?
Well, I think first of all, if a person comes to you, say your friend comes to you and starts to describe something that sounds like maybe this was an assault or this was a rape, listen to them and believe them. Don't try to minimize what they're feeling, minimize what they're saying, but listen, believe them, offer them the opportunity to get some medical attention if they desire so, offer to drive them to the hospital or to an immediate med center, offer to be there with them if they have to call their parents, because sometimes that can be a scary thing to like, oh, my mom told me to do this or not to do this, and it can be a little daunting to have to call home and share some traumatic information or some traumatic news. So maybe offer to sit with the person, offer to maybe make that phone call for them, but really just to listen, to try to be as non-judgmental as possible, not asking a lot of questions like, well, why did you wear that? Or why did you go there? Or why did you have so many drinks? Because that puts a person on the defensive, and they feel like it's their fault then if they were assaulted or raped, or if there was an attempted assault or rape. So just really believing and supporting them and directing them toward resources.
And what are the resources?
Well, for one, if you're in the Ocean City area, again, there's immediate med centers, there's Atlantic General Hospital, that they have special nurses that are trained to collect forensic evidence from a rape victim, and they're called SANE nurses or SAFE nurses, sexual assault forensic examiners. We have, again, a bunch of immediate med centers in the Ocean City area. For counseling, we have the Life Crisis Center, and people can get free counseling. We also have a 24-hour hotline, so maybe the individual's not sure if they want to go to counseling, but they just want to talk to someone. We have a 24-hour hotline that is manned by trained crisis counselors that they can talk to about figuring out what their next step is going to be.
So it's not just in the community, but the Life Crisis Center can help as well.
Yes,
Great.
yes. The Life Crisis Center, we serve Wicomico, Somerset, and Worcester County. So we can get them linked into counseling services, or if they just want someone to talk them through a difficult time and they're not quite sure what they want to do, then the hotline counselors are there to do that as well.
Oh, great. Well, thank you, Dee. This is a lot of great information. Hopefully the people who are the loved ones of the June bugs can help them and talk to them, and even the students themselves, if they need some resources, they now have some ideas.
Well, thank you, Karen, for having me here on PAC 14. And if anyone has any further questions about what we talked about today, they can definitely give the Life Crisis Center a call.
And I want to thank you for joining us, and thank PAC 14 for making this opportunity available. If you do need to reach us, you can call our hotline at 410-749-HELP. Again, the hotline number is 410-749-4357. Thank you.